Men of Reddit, what movie scene gets you right in the feels and makes you cry every time? When Schindler is having a breakdown realizing how many more people he could have saved. Interstellar, where he meets his daughter who's really old and on her deathbed, especially when she says, "Because my dad promised." The Green Mile, when John Coffey says, "Please, boss, don't put that thing over my face. Please don't put me in the dark. Don't make me go into the dark. I'm afraid of the dark." This part always gets me. Fox and the Hound, when the lady leaves the fox in the woods. I can't do it, but anything where the animals are suffering I feel the emotions. Cool Runnings, just after they crash when they get up and carry the bobsled across the line. Every single goddamn time. Carl and Ellie montaging up. The ending of Big Fish. All I have to do is think about it to start crying. Lord of the Rings, Ride of the Rohirrim. I've watched a ton of movies with some sad scenes. I usually tear up, but never actually shed a tear for any of them this year except for one. The scene in Click where Adam Sandler's old man character is running out after his son and dies in the street, knowing he's been leading his life the wrong way and he's taught his son to do the same. Holy shit, nobody expected a scene like that from an Adam Sandler movie. The Years of Messages scene from Interstellar. Shit got me audibly crying. It's Not Your Fault scene from Good Will Hunting. The last 5 minutes of Arrival really give a powerful punch that just gets better each time I watch it. When Miguel and Mama Coco sing Remember Me in Coco. Oh boy, Iron Giant, The Little Prince. I cried like a bitch during Paddleton. Saving Private Ryan. I think that's all. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, when Yondu dies and they're all mourning whilst Cat Stevens' father and son plays in the background. Any emotional scene involving a father and his daughter. I miss her. That episode of Futurama, Sad Face. The end of Saving Private Ryan destroys me. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Asterisk, I have been, and always shall be, your friend, live long, and prosper. Asterisk. I'm a leaf on the wind, watch how I soar. I'm a musical kind of guy, so Les Miserables got me going. If I haven't had enough sleep, everything. Toy Story 3 ending, when the kid makes Woody wave to Andy. When Will Smith finally got the job in Pursuit of Happiness. Chills man, chills. Pokémon, the first movie, when Ash gets turned to stone. Fury Road, when the pup dies to protect the mothers. I witnessed you, buddy, I witnessed you. Gladiator, final scene, when he's going in and out of consciousness, and he's walking through the fields to his family in the afterlife, then she's like, go to them. Shit got me tearing up talking about it. The Wilson scene from Castaway. IRC, it's the first time in the film that music is played too, which just helps to get me in the feels each time. Anything where the dog dies, especially if they're heroic or showing loyalty when dying. The whole ending from Bridge to Terabithia, something about it just gets me all teary-eyed. The ending of Your Name. The Lord of the Rings. The Return of the King during Aragorn's coronation, when he reaches the hobbits and says, "My friends, you bow to no one." The ending of End of Watch. Oh man, it's embarrassing to say, but Sam's speech at the end of Two Towers gets me every time. There are a lot of powerful moments in the trilogy, but that one and Frodo departing Middle-earth are the two scenes I have to steel myself for every time. I'm not a Tom Cruise fan at all, but The Last Samurai is up there for one of my favorite movies. The stick fight scene in the rain. https u2.be/oholuG8 gets me every time. Saving Private Ryan when the medic starts crying for his mum as he dies surrounded by his platoon. Hits me right in the feels every single time. On reflection, I don't know why, but when I watch Interstellar, the station they have to dock onto explodes and starts spinning. When he decides he's going to dock onto it, spins his vehicle to marry up with the station's spin and successfully docks. Man, every time. Hans Zimmer does a number on you there as well. When Forrest Gump is told the boy is his son and he asks Jenny if the boy is like him or normal. I haven't watched that movie in over 10 years because of that scene and I'm welling up just typing about it. The Lion King, every time. I have a special needs little brother who is my only sibling. I will never watch What's Eating Gilbert Grape again unless I am alone. I've been through some awful things and survived, but that movie will make me sob like a toddler and no one should see that. The ending of The Mist, I never felt so hopeless over a movie. It's pretty lame, but that scene in Titanic where Rose passes on and goes back to the Titanic and finds everyone waiting for her, it gets me for some reason. Ending of Gran Torino. As odd as it sounds, I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on a plane and was holding back tears. Of all the movies to get me, but that one did towards the end. Finding Christopher Robin also got me misty-eyed. I think it has to do with the themes of fatherhood and all. Which is odd because I'm not a father or anything. Maybe I'm just nearing that age. Who knows? The opening of Up. The lady even looks a bit like my wife. I can't take it. The back half of Coco. My grandma has Alzheimer's, so that hits me anyway. But I have this intense fear of dying alone or being forgotten. So that movie drudges up a lot of feels. Not a movie scene but TV show. How I Met Your Mother. The episode where Marshall and Lily are trying to get pregnant and there's a countdown. That scene from Inside Out where they make the first combination memory. The very beginning of Requiem for a Dream. The whole film is horrific. But the protagonist's mom's helplessness really gets me. Perhaps even worse is the sequence in which she falls victim to the diet pill beauty pageant. I'm depressed just thinking about it. Worried face. Obi-Wan's desperate yell when Maul defeats Qui-Gon in Manchester by the Sea. The scene where Affleck meets his ex-wife and she keeps apologizing while he's trying to keep it together. That shit hit way too close to home, though obviously for different reasons. Also, the scene in the police department is brutal as well. This strange Halle Berry movie where she's a 911 responder and the connection is cut. She calls back and then realizes a few minutes later that she guided the murderer to the girl that way. Don't know. That moment hits me always hard. Sam trying to swim after Frodo in Fellowship. Something about the friendship there just makes me tear up. They both want to protect each other so badly and you can hear the anguish in both of their voices. As Frodo tries to leave alone and Sam almost drowns chasing after him is your self-sacrifice. Anytime someone does something that they know will kill them, but it'll save someone else. Also, in AI when he's trapped and praying to the blue fairy. Whenever Spider-Man fades away in Infinity War and when Iron Man dies in Endgame. Superman. When Johnny commits suicide and Lisa and Mark find his body. Not a dry eye in the house. The death of Vader. I know now why you cry, but it's something I can never do. Grave of the Fireflies. Also came close the first time I saw Braveheart at Freedom. When Chief breaks out at the end of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, as Christopher Lloyd's character cheers him on. The end scene in Pursuit of Happiness, where the boss tells Will Smith to wear the suit tomorrow because he got the job. The only scene to make me cry, without doubt. Just the feeling of all those miserable days and nights leading up to that moment hits you in the manly feels every time. Big Fish, when appears every person the father has talked about. The opening scene of Up was a real kick in the balls considering how the scene initially started. Armageddon. The scene where Bruce Willis pushes Ben Affleck in the tube to the space shuttle so that he can marry Bruce's daughter, while Bruce will be staying on the meteor and hit that sweet destruction button. Man, since having a child, everything. At the end of Schindler's List, when he's talking about how many more people he could have saved if he had sold his pin or his car. The Green Mile always gets me. The scene in Click at the hospital where he realizes he's missed his entire life and completely lost his family. The Karate Kid remake with Jackie Chan where he's wrecking the car